Olá a todos, bem-vindos a mais uma das nossas conversas. Hoje tenho o enormíssimo prazer de ter connosco Dani Filth, exatamente, o vocalista, criador e mentor dos Cradle of Filth. A banda vai regressar a Portugal no dia 24 de novembro e eu tenho o enormíssimo prazer de ter Dani aqui comigo. Dani, welcome to our talks and I'm so happy for having you here. I know it's a special day for you because you are coming to Portugal next month, and it's really, really happy to have you here with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I almost wasn't here, was I? Because of the dentist. But
Danny went to the dentist today, so let's have a really soft talk, so it won't be painful for you. Tell me one thing, Danny. After 3 decades of music, do you still remember the first gigs you ever had, the first emotion you ever had playing with Cradle?
yeah, absolutely. I was just talking to someone about that very thing, about our first show in Pinathiel, which is one of the first shows that Cradle actually did that was outside of England at the time. Yeah, and just the atmosphere around that. The early 90s were a very magical time. It saw the onset of the underground extreme music scene. From the early days of like Peaceville and Earache and Osmos Productions and Nuclear Blast, and just the emergence of black metal. And yeah, we were kids at the time. We were like late teens, early 20s. And so it's very exciting. It still is exciting, but obviously it's probably lost a bit of its gloss, having played about 5,000 shows since.
Yeah, a lot of shows, a lot of shows. The band maintains a very, very high creativity. Do you think one of the reason is because the elements are always changing? Now for the new record, you have the Dani on the guitar and you have Zoe Marie on the keyboard. Do you think it's important for a band with so many years like Cradle to have this new blood inside?
Well, I think it's just what's important is to be able to get on with people, and people come and go. People have their own aspirations, their own dreams. We lost two people, Richard, because he moved in with his girlfriend and had a child and didn't want to tour anymore. And Annabelle, well, we just didn't get on with her very well. She wasn't a very good part of the band. And so Donnie and Zoe were a necessary contribution to supporting Danzig in the States. Both Annabelle and Richard left shortly before that happened. And so we had to get new people in, and they were perfect. I mean, Zoe's now getting married to Ashok, so she's properly integrated into the Cradle family.
Exactly.
And Donnie's like he should have been in the band from the word go. He's just like perfect for Cradle. And you say it's new, but it's not really new. It's been 2.5 years.
2.5, yeah.
We've got a new album coming out with them on. We're writing new material as we speak. The pandemic obviously pushed a lot of things back. So yeah, it is important to have fresh blood. I'm not saying it is the most important. I think the best thing is just to be fresh and always be evolving as a band. You can't always, as much people want Duskiner Embrace too. Duskiner Embrace is important because it was there. That's what it is. It's a unique album. Like Rain in Blood is a unique album. Like Power Slave is a unique album. It's Master of Puppets. It's a thing that stands the test of time, and it's a product of the time, the scenario, the influence of that time. It's just what it is. And in time, maybe our new album will become just as influential.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it will be. You write all the lyrics. What are your main sources of inspiration?
All kinds of things. It's very hard to pinpoint things, to be honest. I'm a big avid reader. I watch a shit ton of movies, mainly horror. very much into the occult. I love nature. But then, I go on holidays, and there's lots of things that influence lyric writing. The music as well. Obviously, I never really write any lyrics until the music is written. So obviously that's a massive contributing factor to how a song is shaped and what themes.
It's important for you to feel the music first, and then to put the lyrics inside of it, so the marriage is perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. And not just this is the song, these are the lyrics. It's a thing that is constantly evolving. So I'll write something, it will go back to the music, will change things. It's an ongoing process.
Yeah. I think you have some. Tell me if it's true. You have some romance in your musics, because I feel when the characters that you sing about, they come to us with a little bit of romance, but not that pink romance, a really intensive. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I'd definitely say there's romance. There's a lot of opposites in our music. Sex and death, love and hate. It's all permeated with a very strong aesthetic of the Gothic as well. So yeah, a Gothic romance. I really like the romantic period of history as well. And yeah, I think you cannot have one without the other, really. There's a very deep passion behind everything.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing that we have when we hear you sing, is the great passion that you put on your songs and your performance, and this is really, really great, really great. After all the changes in all these years in the music scene, I know you don't like Spotify, as I don't either. I don't have a Spotify account, but what do you think it is important to be a good musician today? And what do you think is a black metal band today? I know you don't consider a Cradle only black metal. You have your own sound, you have your own music, but what do you think about that?
It's hard to speak about the black metal scene, really, because I listen to all kinds of music. Obviously, I'm a big fan of some of the stuff that's coming out recently. Arclis, Donside Guard, there's a load of death metal stuff, New Nile, Frozen Soul. There's all kinds of music I listen to. I can't really comment on the black metal scene, to be honest. I don't know if there's a scene. I'm not part of it. I don't know. I'm not part of any music scene. I just exist. I just get on with our stuff, and that's it. I have my own life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about that sort of thing. I'm no expert in it. I buy a lot of CDs.
What was your last CD?
I'm not averse to sites, download sites. I just think it dilutes music because people are too flippant about. I mean, honestly, if I was to open a Tidal account this afternoon, or Spotify or Amazon Prime, I could, by this evening, have 500 albums.
Yeah.
And I couldn't give each of those due diligence. I couldn't enjoy them like when I get a CD and I put it in the car and it literally lives in there for about 3 months, mainly because I can't be bothered to take it out. But I know that CD from, I know it as much as the person who writes it does. Yeah. And I appreciate it in its running order. I know the backs of songs. I know the way. I know everything about it. I become intimate with it. Obviously not albums I don't enjoy, but
of course.
And sometimes, somebody might recommend an album and I'll be like, I'll just check it out on YouTube or something. I'll see what it sounds like. I listen to a few bits and go, yeah, this is my cup of tea. And then I will buy that album. And there's other reasons about that. Obviously my girlfriend's not keen on the fact we're about to move in together and I'm going to bring enough albums to actually make the house a bit smaller. But, I think it's more than that. It's about the product. It's about supporting the artist. It's about keeping the scene alive. Yeah. I mean, I know vinyl's coming back in, and I must admit, I was really into vinyl when I was young. Then I sold a lot. And then when I got big and, started making money, I started buying all my vinyl back on CD. So I've got the point now where I've got like 3,000, 4,000 CDs, and I'm not
Jesus.
going to go buy all that on bloody vinyl. And it's too expensive anyway. So if I get given free vinyl, cool. If other than that, I don't buy. I stick with CDs. I'm not buying tapes. I'm not buying VHSs. I'm not buying fucking laser disc. So yeah,
Yeah.
draw the line. I'm
What
glad to
what
draw the line at some point or other.
what is the latest CD that you bought?
The latest CD I bought was Arkless, House of
Oh.
the Black. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. House of the Black something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bought that. I bought the New Zealand Arda. I bought the new Nile album. I bought a couple of soundtracks. Bought the Salem's Lot soundtrack. Although that's only digital, which was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
With soundtracks, you bear if you find a good soundtrack that's on CD, it means it's selling a lot.
Selling a lot, yeah.
Like example, June. I bought June, and that was on a physical disc. Um, Cleopatra Records. Is it Cleopatra or no? No, it's not Cleopatra. It's shit. Sorry, my memory. There's a very good company in America that Danzig introduced me to that put out a lot of soundtrack records.
Okay.
So yeah, mainly if you hear a good score on TV or on a film and you think, cool, this is amazing, chances are you'll only be able to get it on digital.
Mhm. In the 19th, Cradle had some. Tell me if it's true. Some problems in England because of some slogans in several T-shirts. It was difficult for you. Did you understand that everybody looks at the band like you were as a public enemy of the youth, of the young people during that time in England?
Kind of.
Kind of,
It's
yeah.
always been a bit like that anyway. It's ironic, really, because we've just done a collaboration with Recebemos, who are a massive fashion house, and one of the collaborations is the Jesus shirt. So it's funny how everything turns around,
Yeah. And now it's fashion. We've seen it all over the place.
Well, yeah, it's but I like pushing the boundaries. I like pushing the boundaries with collaborations, um, with artistic integrity, trying new things. I don't like stagnating. I like keep moving forward,
Hmm.
doing things for yourself.
Do
That's
things.
that's being true, not being true to a style of music that somebody else invented. That's not being true at all. That's just being fucking stupid.
Yeah. You are a very theatrical band. How important is the visual aspect of Cradle when you go on stage?
Yeah, very important. Yeah, absolutely. But it's just part and parcel of the whole aesthetic, whether it's video, obviously the music is of paramount importance, but it's everything else that dresses it up, the lyricism,
Yeah.
uh, the way you portray yourself, everything. It's all art.
Can I ask you how long do you take to prepare yourself before you go on stage?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Well, I need 3 hours. I always say to my tour manager, "Oh, we're having dinner. What time is it? Oh, it's 7:30. What time are we going on? 9. No, no, we're having dinner at 6. Otherwise, I'll eat afterwards. I need 3 hours. I need like time to chill, time to get ready, time to warm up, time to get into character. Then the last, I don't know, 20 minutes to just have a laugh with the band and just chill out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You released Trouble and Their Trouble Lives, but
Double and the Double Lives, yeah,
yes,
it's a full
uh,
live record.
yeah, exactly. But there were two new songs there, right?
Yeah.
How did you decide to put those songs in that record?
Well, because the pandemic slowed us down it slowed everybody down with
Yeah.
releases. In Existence is Futile was delivered a year and a half late. Um, Everything was just delayed. So we had new material and it was a double live record. So we figured, let's put some new stuff on there as well. For the new fans, for people that have just discovered, or for the old fans that like, yeah, well, I've heard all these songs, whether they're live or not. It's just, I don't know, we just wanted to make an interesting package.
You recently revealed that the new album will be out next year, around March, I suppose. But you began to work on it 2023. Why all this time? What happened between tours?
Yeah, loads of tours. I mean, we were in the studio beginning the drums like last May, but then we did all summer festivals. Then we had holidays, our one holiday a year which we allow us to like rejuvenate. Then I was recording with my friend in America. Then we went to South America and Mexico. Then we did co-headline tour with Devil Driver. Then we went back to the studio. Then our producer had a baby. Then it was Christmas. Then we did more in the studio. Then we went on tour in Europe. It's just been on. That's what happens. We've just been very, very busy. It's coming. I mean, it was finished. It's been ready since July, I think. Got the first singles coming out on the 22nd with a video. Really, really good song. Really good video. We're having 2 more videos and singles before the album drops. Maybe even before, I'm not sure. It depends how well it goes. But yeah, there's a game plan to everything, and then we're probably going to be in the States. I can't really talk past that,
Yeah,
we're going on tour. We're going out on tour in obviously UK and Europe. Obviously hitting Portugal.
Yeah.
Lisbon in November. So, yeah, we're very busy.
The reason you sent the teaser yesterday, it's because of that first single.
Yes.
Yes. Nice. And what can we expect from this album related to the sound of it?
It's very hard to talk about it. I don't really want to talk about it because I can't do it justice. Every album has a lot of things going on. It's just a very, very great record. It's the next stage of our evolutionary step as Cradle of Filth. Moving on from the material we debuted on Trouble in the Double Lives. Has elements of old school Cradle, elements of new school Cradle. Catchy, it's fast, it's slow, it's romantic, it's heavy, it's theatrical.
It's Cradle.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the work?
I'm happy with the work, more so than I am with my fucking toothache. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. We never come out of the studio until we're very, very, very happy with what we do.
What do you think people will say about the collaboration with Ed Sheeran? I have to ask you this.
Well, that's not going to be on the new album.
There won't be?
No, and it's going to come out when it comes out.
Okay.
I don't care. It's great. It's a fucking amazing song. It's incredible, but it's got to fit around his schedule and our schedule, and it will come out when it comes out. And I'm grateful for that because I don't want people to judge us, because obviously it's going to get a lot of attention, and I don't want it to be like overshadowing albums or the integrity of the band. So it will come out, and when it comes out, it will come out surreptitiously. It won't come out to enormous fanfare. And if it comes out to enormous fanfare, it will be after we've released some of our own stuff. So
yeah, I do understand. I saw your concert in Milagre Metaleiro in August last year, and it was absolutely incredible.
Where was that?
In Milagre Metaleiro. Do you remember last August? Last year?
Oh, yes,
in August. Yes. It was a fabulous show. The day after Great Moonspell concert too. I already told Fernando it was one of the best I saw of them, and I saw a lot. And it was absolutely wonderful what you did that night. So what can we expect from the 24th of November in Lisbon?
Again, it's going to be amazing. We've got a great stage show, great crew with us. We'll be playing a new single. We'll be playing a whole bunch of stuff from right across the expanse of our career. We want to give the fans something, to remember us by. We don't want to go, oh my God, do I have to sit through the whole of this record? We're not doing a matter of life and death, or something like that. It's going to be something. We haven't played Portugal for a while. We want to give people something, that old school fans enjoy, new school fans enjoy, people who don't even know us enjoy, etc., etc.
Do you prefer playing on a festival or on a closed room, so to speak?
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
No, I don't mind. I love it all.
Dani, thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll be okay with your tooth. And
it's just I when I went on holiday to Brazil, and I bit into something, and it had a stone in it, and
Jesus!
It cracked a tooth, and it's just been giving me pain since. Well, it hasn't. It's been complicated, and it broke a fang, and I had to go back and get it filed today, and I was in a rush, so I said to him, I don't want painkillers. I've got interviews to do. So he just did it without painkillers. So
thank you for having us. Really, really thank you. I hope you'll be okay. And I'll be there in the front row.
I'll live.
You'll live. You'll survive. You're strong. You're a tough guy. I will be in the first row, in the first front of your concert in Lisbon. So thank you very much for having us, Dani.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye. Big kiss to you.
Obrigado.
Thank you.